Welcome to the Valley Today, a public service presentation of KAIL-TV. Bike parks are springing up all over the West Coast, and Woodward Park in northwest Fresno is home to a fairly new bike park that features mountain bike riding and BMX racing. We'll chat with J.P. Sickler and Brett Riley, bike aficionados, next on the Valley Today. Welcome to the Valley Today. We are here at Woodward Park and the mountain bike course, and we have J.P. Sickler right here. Thanks for being on our show, The Valley Today.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much.
That was impressive.
Oh, just warming up.
Yeah.
Just warming up.
And you know, I met you Monday. I've talked to you on the phone. I've never been here, and I didn't know that they had a mountain bike course here.
Yeah. It's,
why is that?
Well, I couldn't answer that, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people come out here, and a lot of people have seen it. It's been about 3 years now.
Yeah.
I believe since we've completed the mountain bike park.
Right.
And with the mountain bike park, we have a national BMX racing course, and we have a BMX jumping park as well.
And a pretty impressive BMX racing course.
Yes.
I mean, not just for the novices, but professional.
Yes.
Yeah.
National caliber racing track.
Right.
Yeah, it's very, very nice, very professionally done. Like, everything's been done out here at Woodward Park.
Right.
To make it a very enjoyable place and a very impressionable, place as well.
Yeah.
So when people come here from, everywhere from around the country or visit here or something else, well,
this BMX
memories.
course that you have brings people internationally, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, they have a national here once a year in the late spring, like in May.
Right.
And we get riders here from all around the world.
Now tell us about this. This is a progressive course, right?
Yes.
So we're here. This is North Shore here.
This is our progression area.
Okay, progression area.
This is the start of our mountain bike park. This is a skills mountain bike park.
Yeah. This
is meant to help you learn how to ride your mountain bike.
Okay.
All different levels, from beginner all the way through expert.
Okay.
So, like for instance, we have, right off the start, we have a starting hill.
Yeah.
With 3 different levels.
Right over there. Go ahead and get that, Charles.
Where the guys are going.
Yeah, they're perched on top.
And they'll take off. They're on the expert level, and they're going to hit the big jumps.
Yeah.
And as you see, there's 3 different levels of jumps there. So there's beginner, there's intermediate, and there's expert. These are some of our local professional expert riders.
Look at that. You guys make it look so easy.
Nice, very nice.
Very nice. Very nice. You make it look so easy. Makes you want to get on a bike, huh, Charles?
Sure.
But everything set up out here is to help you learn and progress yourself. We have the whoop-de-doos that the guys are going over, different levels of jumps here. That way you can get used to different things that you might find on a mountain bike trail. Because you'll have, creek riding, you'll have, small jumps, you'll have single tracks, all kinds of things that you'll encounter out on a mountain bike trail.
Yeah.
So through this mountain bike park, this is a half-mile long, about 13 acres is what we cover as far as the mountain bike park.
And you're right on the west perimeter of Woodward Park here.
Yeah, the northwest perimeter.
Northwest perimeter, and it really, it's very long. I mean, it doesn't really take up much space.
No.
Width-wise, but it's what, a half-mile long?
Half-mile long. Yeah. Yep.
Very cool.
And then flows, there's a very unique thing that we have from the start to finish. We have 40 jumps. We call it the Air 40.
Yeah.
And there's 40 jumps from top to bottom.
Right.
So you're gonna, consistently hit jumps all the way down.
So this is the elevation-wise, this is the top and the beginning of the course, and you progress your way down towards the south.
Yep.
And that takes you to where the BMX course is also.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And down at the bottom of this course, we're at the bottom of the top of the Air 40 is where we see some really big jumps.
Yeah.
Where the guys can really have some fun. And the thing too is there's a trail that goes down the middle of it, so that way you can go down right in the middle of things and watch them, or watch your kids ride, or your kids can watch you ride, and you can teach them.
This really is very family oriented too.
Yes.
You can come here, bring a picnic, bring your wife and your kids, and just have a really nice day.
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff here at Woodward Park.
Well, let's move down to, this is North Shore down here, right?
Yep.
And tell us a little about this.
Our North Shore area is followed behind North Shore type built obstacles that were built up in Canada, up by Whistler, Canada. There's a big mountain bike park up there, and they have a lot of snow and a lot of creeks and a lot of vast area that they ride in. So they were making trails connected by using logs and, you know, cut up logs and stuff, making a path on top of wood.
Yeah.
So that way they can connect their trails without having to
and some
go
of their
straight
trails
down.
were fairly elevated.
Oh, very, yeah, very. The terrain is very extreme.
Yeah.
And the trails, the planks and stuff that they were using to go across stuff were anywhere from a couple feet to, you know, 10, 15, 20 feet up in the air.
Right.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy there. But here we have an area. There's more than a quarter mile of log ride here. All of this,
just
all the outside.
In North Shore here?
Just right here.
Really?
There's more than a quarter mile of riding right here, just on top of all this stuff.
Now, are any of
here.
these kids going to ride this, or they're more
That'll probably be me and my friend Oz, who just rode by us a second ago.
Come on, Oz!
The BMX bikes, this isn't made for them. This is more of a mountain bike.
Yeah.
Because of
and that's what you're riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This here is more of a trail bike. It's a hardtail. It has a hardtail on it. It doesn't have full suspension.
Right.
So for stuff like this, where there's jumping and trail riding, and, you know, trials riding and stuff, this is a better bike overall. It's a little bit lighter and stuff like that.
It's interesting, the conversation that Charles and I were having coming out here says we used to ride Stingrays, and we didn't have any suspension on them. They were rigid, you know?
Oh, when I first started, I was on a little Schwinn Stingray with little butterfly handlebars and a butterfly, I mean a banana seat.
Oh yeah.
Banana seat.
I had a blue one. It was very nice. Very nice. And a friend of mine had a purple one. Same bike, only different color.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on over, Oz.
So this really is kind of state of the art, right?
It's it's very unique. There's no other place really in the country that has a setup like this in a metropolitan, you know, well, a small city or a metropolitan city like this.
Yeah.
Inside of a city to have an open park like this.
Yeah.
Where the public can come ride it and stuff, where you don't have to go all the way up to the mountains. You know, the only thing we don't have here is like elevation like the mountains do.
Sure.
But here you can come and ride it and do it safely.
Get a sense of balance here.
And set some balance.
So this is where you learn. Well, you going to give us a demonstration?
Yep. Yeah. This is my friend Oz.
Hi, Oz.
And,
how's it going?
We'll go right over here and we'll jump on this and we'll do the loop.
Let's watch you guys ride a little, and you can kind of talk me through it.
All right.
Seeing as how you got the mic on. Fun stuff, huh? Yeah. What do you think?
Morning, bro.
Yeah. Well, we are young. You just got to wrap your head around it.
Yeah, Bob, we're just on a cruise over here to the start of our North Shore course.
So the skill level here has got to be a little higher because, you know, these guys are doing these balancing acts. Here you go. So here they're coming right down.
Head up. We're
on the log there.
Starting on our North Shore. This is our novice loop that goes around. You got to keep pedaling. You always got to keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
You don't want to get going too slow because the planks and stuff will slow you down. But as long as you keep your momentum, it's all good. Nice little wall turn here. And from here, you can basically not even pedal.
You guys make it look so easy. Yeah. Look at that.
This is also a home to all of our local squirrels here underneath all these logs. They enjoy it.
And this is a progressive course also, right?
Yep.
Because this is, for people that ride bike, this is pretty easy, but then you start to go to these.
Yep, and you
and
get
this
the
is a little
intermediate
more
level,
difficult.
all the way to an expert pro level stuff.
Yeah. And you even have a rock course too, right?
Yes.
And tell us a little
rock
bit.
areas and trials areas with rocks and some log planked wood drop-off jumps
Yeah.
over in the South Shore area.
Yeah.
And we have a pump course over there that you ride it and you keep flowing with it.
Right. And
it'll
once you
keep
get the
going.
momentum going, then you can, as long as you don't crash and burn.
And that's kind of under construction right now. It got really abused through the summer, and then the storms really hit it pretty bad.
Yeah.
So it's under construction right now.
So are you guys constantly taking care of this as far as you know, doing grooming and stuff like that?
Yeah, we were out here a couple weeks ago working on parts of the park.
Yeah.
We get the community involved.
Yeah.
You know, on Facebook we have a page,
Right.
Woodward Mountain Bike Skills Park. Just punch that in and it'll come up. And
Yeah.
about once a month or so we try to come out here as a group and do some cleanup, do some repairing, and try to make it all fun again.
Very cool. This is very cool. And again, I didn't know it was here. I had no clue.
It's hard for me to realize that. I mean, I grew up here. I've been a cyclist all my life, and so I'm a part of it.
Right.
And it was great because, I mean, 3 years ago the city came to Daniel Hines, who was the president of the local mountain bike club here, and then came to me and said they wanted to do something out here. So we suggested of doing a skills park.
Yeah.
And within 9 months,
You had it done?
9 months I think we started, or not even that.
Yeah.
I think within 6 months, 8 months, we were building the park.
Right.
And
So
about
it was
a year after
fast-tracked.
that. Yeah. Yep.
A little play on words.
Yeah, Randy Cooper, who was our Parks and Recs director.
Right.
He just retired,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. And he inspired all this. He got it going.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing for all the youth out here
Oh,
because
yeah.
the kids need something to do.
Yeah.
All these kids, and it's everybody's level. And when we were first building the park, he helped me. I mean, I was here helping build the park. We had so many volunteers, people like Oz and all these other kids, help build all this park, and
Yeah.
the city workers and everyone else. Ryan Garcia, the action sports director, and it was a big community effort. But when we were first building it, we had people coming out here, driving their cars all the way over here and pulling out the ice chest, pulling out all the bikes, and setting up a whole picnic. And
Right.
it was wonderful. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about, the family and enjoying what our park has. And this is upgraded, so it's up to the kids that are out today.
Yeah.
You know.
We are with Brett Riley here, and we are at the BMX track here at Woodward Park, and you're the track director.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Been doing it for about 3 years now.
Yeah. And this track has been here about 3 years?
Oh yeah, we built
Yeah.
it December about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And got up and running and been having good seasons ever since.
And this is a world-class course, right?
We have a big national coming up once a year. This year it's the May 14th weekend. We'll have we've had the 3 Olympic gold, silver, and bronze medalists here last year. And the national teams will all be coming, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
We've had guys from 26 different countries racing on this track.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. And so when you have a big event, how many people does it draw?
Well, I know by riders, but
Yeah.
usually a big event is between 300 and 500 riders.
Wow.
And then for every rider, there's 3 or 4 people watching.
Yeah. So you can draw a pretty big crowd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of hot dogs.
And this is a high difficulty, isn't it, this course?
Yeah, but we've kind of built it to keep in mind that riders get better as they go. So
Yeah.
our second and third straightaways actually have 2 different sections to it.
Yeah.
With the expert side and the non-expert side. So as you're running on the track, you can take whatever your skill level goes for. So this way a little 5-year-old or 8-year-old kid like Gordon can race on the same track that the pros are racing. Now he didn't do the big double jumps that the pros did, he's on this side of it.
Right.
But he can say he's on the same track,
Yeah.
doing the same thing, having fun. And Gordon's been riding here for about 3 or 4 years, and
at
he's
that.
developed something, he's developed as a great rider. Got #1 in the state this year in his age bracket.
Yeah. You know what really bothers me is that these kids have got all this cool stuff now. Where was the cool stuff when we were kids?
We had to come up with it ourselves.
We had nothing. Charles and I were talking earlier that, we had Stingrays with
the ape hangers.
ape hangers and a banana seat.
and the big old bar in the back.
And I think that was
the ride
was the
with
height
the
of
shifter.
technology
Did you have the
back
shifter
in
on
the-
yours? Yeah.
I didn't, but I knew some kids
You
that
were
did.
jealous of the ones with the
Yeah,
shifter.
Oh yeah, man.
But they started with that Stingray.
Right.
They chopped that thing down, put a 10-speed seat on it, put BMX handlebars on it, And that's how BMX got started.
That was the inception of BMX.
That's how they got
right?
started.
Yeah.
And then certain dads that were good at welding would take that Stingray and reinforce the back with with square tubing, because that Stingray wasn't really meant for jumping.
Yeah.
And then that's how the BMX frame got to be. And then there's dads that were into drag racing that started GT bicycles because he used that chromoly technology that they did for drag racing.
4130 stuff.
That 4130 chromoly, and he used that technology and built race bikes for his kid and started GT bicycles.
Yeah.
It's an amazing story.
Yeah. So typically, when's this track open? It's in the
right now in the winter
summer?
months, we're open on Sundays in the winter schedule, and then our summer schedule we're open Mondays and Fridays.
So most Sundays you can come out here and get on this track?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we always do first day free. And we have loaner. We have to have full face helmets, long pants, long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
We do lend out full face helmets for free, and we even have track bikes we lend out for free. We just ask that if you're under 18, you bring a parent to sign a release form. First day is always free. If you like the program, we have racing that's, we have a monthly fee of $9.50 or something like that a month for unlimited racing.
And that was the cool aspect of this. You showed me all these bikes and storage that you'll give the kids.
Yeah.
To let them come out here and ride. And you said you've had a kid out here as young as 3 years old.
Oh yeah, yeah. And we have bikes of different sizes.
I don't think I was walking when I was 3. And these kids are riding bikes.
Some of these guys, if they can ride without training wheels, they're good to go, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of funny. Little League, you always have practice before the season starts. We put a helmet on and push them down the hill, and it's gravity powered. They have a lot of fun. Yeah. And the parents run after them and get it good. And we do riding clinics about once a month to develop their skills, because racing's a little different from riding.
Yeah.
As you get better and better.
So you get the pros out here and you kind of give these kids some tips?
These guys on the hill up there, those are the ones that they look up to and they get a little advice from and they get some pointers from.
And of course, a couple of these riders that we've got footage of them earlier going through the jumps on the outer perimeter. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, like Mark, a lot of these guys, it's just, you know, they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
It's just the skill level is amazing.
It's just the second nature to them.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
Like Marquise right there, he started with us when we were running the Madeira track out in Madeira.
Yeah.
And I think he was probably about 10 years old. Now he's driving cars and got girlfriends and going across the nation racing his bicycle. You know, it's amazing as you watch him grow and develop.
So really, when did BMX start?
1974.
Yeah.
It started because they were doing dirt bike racing.
Yeah.
You know, motorcycles.
Right.
And the kids that didn't have dirt bikes would hit the track up before or after the race, and then
on their Stingrays.
On their Stingrays.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys that was promoter for dirt bike racing said, "Hey, I got some dirt bike trophies. Let's have a race." And that's how it got started.
I got a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah. There's a movie called Joe Kidd and the Stingray, kind of the history of BMX, and it's narrated by the guy from Monster Garage. I can't think of his name right now. With the tattoos, got in trouble with his wife.
Oh, Jesse James?
Jesse James is the narrator.
Okay.
But good story, great movie about the history of BMX.
Yeah. So, we need some more kids coming down.
Yeah. Go for it, guys.
You want to get anything special?
No.
Just
over the big stuff?
go for it.
Whatever you want to do.
We want to give you what you want.
Just action.
Yeah, just some action.
Why don't we have Marquise and Brent do a little side-by-side racing, and have Colby and do a little side-by-side too. That way it looks like it's more of a group activity.
So is
than
this
single.
when they're judging? They're judging by the jump, by the speed of getting through
just
the
the
course.
finish line. There's a finish line right down there. Whoever gets there first. We got a gate that'll drop them 8 at a time. It's a little noisy to operate.
Oh, so they'll run.
It's one time down to the bottom line. It's about 30 seconds for the pros to get down there, and about 45
So you won't
seconds
time the
for
kids and
amateur.
release them through. You'll release 8 at the same time.
8 at a time.
Wow.
You know, and most of the time they're grouped up 3 or 4 at a time because it goes by age.
Now, you know, this is the first time I've ever seen the asphalt on these outer corners.
One of the things the city wanted us to have is a facility that was better than anything in the world.
Yeah.
And I told them, if you bring in asphalt and corner the asphalt, it'll keep the track maintenance down. It'll bring our track to the level that everybody will want to be here. Because as the rain happens, it leaves guts in the corners. And the asphalt eliminates that. So these corners are always smooth, always ready for racing.
Yeah.
And everybody loves it.
And so how much maintenance is involved with taking care of a track like this?
Just killing the weeds. killing
That's
the
it,
weeds
huh?
and dragging the track.
Yeah,
you
dragging
know.
the track with a rake.
Actually, the same thing you drag a baseball diamond with. It's a drag.
Oh,
You
okay.
use a quad and you drag it.
kind of cleans it up. And,
Cleans it up, smooths it out, goes for it.
Yeah.
You know. We do have a water system. When the dirt gets too dry, it flakes away. So we have to wet it down to get good traction.
So you've got an irrigation system on this too.
We do have 18-inch drain pipes with crossover. The whole idea for the water when it rains is it goes into the gullies, goes underneath the track, into the gullies underneath the track, and ends up down at the bottom of the hill.
Who designed this track?
Guy named Tom Ritz. He built the track for the Beijing Olympic China track, and he is an NBL track builder at the time, and he helped us with Madeira. And when it came to build this track, they said, he's building the Olympic track, we want him. So we got on the phone and we got him. A month before he was building the Chinese track for Beijing, China, and he came out here and built this
So
race.
originally you guys were in Madeira at the fairgrounds,
The fairgrounds,
there.
right.
And what was, why did you leave the Madeira fairgrounds?
The fairgrounds wanted to develop that parking lot that we're in as commercial development. Big lease dollar deal.
Oh, I see.
And
okay.
so really there was no room for us anymore.
Yeah, okay.
And they kind of warned us that that was happening, you know, so we could plan for it. And that opened up the opportunity for us to come to Fresno because we were existing, already had a program. Fresno Parks and Recs, Randy Cooper, and those guys said, hey, we want you to bring our program to Fresno. And I thought we were going to be in a drainage ditch behind a truck stop someplace. And he whips out a map to Woodward Park and says, hey, can you fit in here?
I'll
And
tell
we're
you
like,
what.
yes, we can.
This is a great location because you're located right off of 41.
Exactly.
You know, you're close to the 41 Friant interchange, and you know, you're in Woodward Park, so there's plenty of parking.
Right.
And you know, there's a lot of other things to do here. I mean, you can certainly come here, and you know, your kids can run the BMX track or run this you know, this other course.
You know, we have moms that'll drop their kids off on practice day. The kids will practice, and the moms will go jog in the park because
Yeah.
they're jogging the park anyway.
Yeah.
And this way, you know, we keep an eye on their kids. Mom gets a little jog in, has
Sure.
a little break, and it's
Yeah.
good. And then they sit here and watch the, you know, they do the jog faster than the kids practice, so they come in and catch it back into practice.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful thing. But, you know, one of the things that BMX is kind of different from Little League is that if you had 3 kids, 3 different ages in Little League, you got the 8 o'clock game, the 10 o'clock game, the 2 o'clock game,
Right.
you're there all day.
Right.
BMX, 5-year-olds race, 2 minutes later, 8-year-olds race, 2
Right.
minutes later, 12-year-olds
Yeah,
race.
and especially
So
on a
everybody
course
can
like
come
this,
in on
it's a-
race day.
it's a fast course,
Fast
so-
and action and fun.
Yeah.
Grandpa and grandma can show up, and the pizza afterwards tastes just the same.
What's the best speed on this track?
I think they can reach speeds over 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The pros do.
And
From what I've heard.
And what's the time to the finish?
Under 30 seconds for the pros. Now me would be 2.5 minutes.
Well, here they come. Well, Brett,
Most of the guys these sizes are doing it in about 45 seconds
Yeah.
to the finish.
well, we're out of time.
All right.
Thanks for being
Thanks for
on the
coming
Valley
out.
today here with Brett Riley, and he's the track manager here at the Woodward Park, the BMX,
BMX track, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. What's that? Oh yeah, is there any phone numbers for people that are
Yeah,
interested?
559-709-3530. It's in the yellow pages under BMX Racing at Woodward Park. That's my cell phone number. I
Yeah.
answer it most of the time. If not, I get back to you right away.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook. Is the easiest way to Woodward Park BMX on Facebook.com.
Sure.
And it works out really well. If we have to cancel a race or something like that, we send out text messages to people, and we post on
regulars.
Facebook,
Yeah.
and everybody knows, hey, it's rained too much or whatever.
And if you don't have a bike, come on out here. They'll have a bike for you. So if your kids want to get a little taste of this, they can.
Exactly.
And that's a really nice.
Yeah, long pants, long sleeve
Yeah.
shirt. We'll provide the rest.
All right. Well, one more time. What's the phone number?
709-3530.
709-3530. Okay, Brett.
All right.
Thanks for being on our show.
Thanks for coming
This
out.
is The Valley Today, a public service presentation of this great TV station. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.